Growing up, society taught you to follow the script by choosing a career path and climbing the ladder. But for many people, this promise falls flat. Work suffocates them and life becomes painful. Here, you're trapped in what I call the corporate cage. Fortunately, there's a way out. You can take control of your corporate job and unlock a life of freedom. I call this living uncaged. Hi, this is your host, Matt Doan. I'm a coach, creator, and entrepreneur. Uncaging people is my mission because it's been my exact life journey. This show provides you the stories, principles, and tactics to make it happen. Welcome to Uncage Yourself. I have a number to share that might shock you a little bit. I've spent over $30,000 on coaching just in the last 2 years. Tens of thousands before that as well. Now, you might call me crazy. I get it. If you've never done coaching before, this is not normal to you. But to me, this is my new normal. You might ask me, why did I spend so much? Okay, very simple. I was stuck. I was very stuck in my work life, and my work life was creating hell for my personal life. And to me, the costs of remaining in that hell were far higher than the costs of getting out of that hell and reaching a better state. So I spent the money, and I'll tell you, it was extremely worth it, very worth it. In today's episode, I want to talk about what it's like to actually put real money, time, and energy into a massive need in your life, because that's the key in my mind to transforming from one bad state to a much better state. And we'll explain why here. So let's first start with you being stuck. Why are you stuck? Think about the different categories of places you can get stuck. Maybe it's in your health where you're overweight, 30, 40 pounds. Maybe it's from a wealth standpoint where you're just not making nearly enough money to feel comfortable and you don't see financial freedom anywhere on the horizon. It could be in some of your relationships where you have a poor marriage or bad relationships with your kids or family members or no friends. There's a lot of places you can be stuck with relationships. Or in the context of this show a lot, we talk about career, right? Where you just are stuck in maybe the corporate environment and it's wearing you to the bone and you don't feel any hope for the future. And it has all sorts of consequences for your personal life. It makes you angry, upset, lifeless at home. You know, that sort of thing that we often talk about. Now, whatever area you're stuck in, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, career, here's what you're doing. As long as you stay stuck, you are choosing to tolerate that pain. Let that sink in. You are choosing to tolerate that pain. It is a choice you have. Yes, there are external factors like other people and economic circumstances, for example, that play a role in what you're experiencing and how you're feeling stuck, but you're choosing to tolerate it. You can't fully just blame external circumstances. Oh, the economy. Oh, my terrible spouse. Oh, so-and-so at work is a pain in the butt. No, you can't do that. You cannot. And to really influence them, you can't do it just through wishful thinking. You've got to take serious action, active investment to make something better. Again, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, or career, what it requires is skin in the game. Hey, Matt here. Just a quick break from our show. If you're picking up what I'm putting down on this episode, I want you to run on over to uncagedworkshop.com. There, you'll find something I'm really proud of. I put my heart and soul into a transformative masterclass, helping you go from caged to uncaged. I promise it'll shock you out of conformity and having you want so much more out of work and life. So head on over to uncagedworkshop.com and check it out. All right, back to the show. Skin in the game. That's the point of this episode today. And what I mean by skin in the game is having a personal investment in the pursuit of a goal. Personal investment. This means stepping into the arena and battling rather than just sitting from the stands and watching stuff happen to you and getting pissed off and just blaming others. Oh, the industry is so hard. Oh, the job is so hard. Oh, bad people in my life. No, 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 no. Get into the arena and start battling. You need to invest in your battling. You need to step in and pay your dues and get in and get to work. Okay. Now, most people, when I say invest, you think about money, like, oh, we're going to pay up wads of money. You got to invest. We think of investment. We think of stock market, 401k, stuff like this, real estate. It's more than that. As an individual, when I talk about investment, I'll say there are 3 different currencies that you can invest with. Money, of course, but also energy and time. Solving any massive problem in your life requires all 3: money, energy, and time. Think of it like this. Hey, is your marriage on the rocks? Some $7 ebook? That's not going to do it. Clearly not enough money to put stakes in the game to actually do something about it. Plus, you've got to find ways to put energy and time into implementing that book. Is your job overtaking your life? Just listening to a podcast, even as one as great as this one, won't save you, okay? Or maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck. A simple $97 online course, it barely frames the issue. It does not force you to put skin in the game and make some massive changes. It does not put skin in the game at all. I'll tell you, I've got dozens and dozens of free downloads and checklists and cheap online courses that I've never opened. I've got bookshelves full of books that I'll never read. Easy and free, those features do not solve your problems. Real transformation requires significant, deep work and personalizing it to your situation. Real big, massive problems require massive investments. I'm talking, holy shit, this hurts level of investments, right? Like, you've got to make it hurt. If you don't, you're not going to be serious about it. If you're not putting forward serious money, energy, and time, you're not going to commit to the transformation you need, and you will remain stuck. This is how psychology works. I could cite countless studies on this. Unless we're paying a ton of money, time, and energy, you're not truly invested in solving the problem at hand. You're basically putting a cheap solution forward, so you're going to get cheap results, and the problem remains. If you want more success, you need more money, energy, and time into the situation. It's that type of investment. It's skin in the game, okay? Getting me on a tirade right now, but this is based off spending money and energy cycles in ways that I'm not proud of and I've learned a lot from, and I've seen countless people fail in certain ways and succeed in others. So let me get to brass tacks on just some of my investing advice. When you think about transforming your life in any of these big categories, realize you have this one wild and precious life. Do not waste it. Your clock is ticking. There is a lot at stake. So you need to put your own stakes in the game to make sure it's real, that your transformation is taking place and your life is getting better materially, okay? So here's my top 4 suggestions for how you invest, how you put skin in the game, okay? Number 1, get clear on the problem that you want solved. Is it a shitty job? Maybe it's terrible communication with your spouse. Do you have terrible nutrition? Lock in on that most burning root issue. You need to solve for that. Get very focused. Do not try to solve everything at once, but get clear on the root issue that could reduce the most pain in your world. Very focused there, okay? Number 2, find an end-to-end transformation. I've worked with coaches like mindset coaches, for example, and courses and books that provide you these nice broad frameworks, and you feel at the end of it like, oh, I'm slightly better. Things got, a little incrementally better in my life, but I can't point to the tangible changes. I feel a little bit better, but I also feel like crap because I don't know exactly how I improved. I don't see the real tangible changes in my life. So be careful about generalist coaching or mindset reboot courses. What you want is an end-to-end transformation, okay? Getting you from point A to point B. So given you know the problem you want solved, which was number 1 in our recommendations, your aim is to move from point A, which is hell, to point B, that version of heaven. You want to move from hell to heaven in that certain type of transformation, okay? And then you want to get to work in identifying resources that can help you make that exact transformation from A to B crystal clear, right? Look for people or resources, programs, courses that help you holistically that help you personalize the transformation. So it's not some generic thing that you're applying to your life. And frankly, do it in a compressed time frame. You don't have months or years to waste improving your marriage. If you wait that long, it might be gone, right? That happened to me. I know how bad it can feel and what it can do to your life. You don't want to sit for years in a crappy career situation just to have to reboot everything and figure things out when you've got a whole new younger workforce coming behind you. Don't wait, okay? Do things fast. Rather than a 6-month program, can you do it in 2 months? Look to that, okay? So that's number 2, find an end-to-end transformation. Number 3 is you have to make an uncomfortable investment. This gets back to the core of what skin in the game means. Maybe it's time to finally spend a 5-figure investment on yourself, whether it's coaching or a course or something, right? Rather than just those sensible investments like putting that level of money to a house or a car. And beyond the money, think about the space, the conditions you need to create in your life, because you need to invest significant energy and time into your transformation. It needs to be your top priority. If it is a burning priority, you need to put the money, energy, and time behind it to show yourself you're serious, and then execute on making that better. Fix the problem. Get from hell to heaven, okay? When the problem is truly existential, whether it's wealth, health, relationships, your career, all of that, you don't just fit it in when you have time on nights and weekends. No, you make it a priority. You think about it from an energy standpoint. Like for me, my brain works best from about 7 to 11 a.m. in the morning. If I'm going to do some deeply transformative, life-altering work, I need to fit it in, or at least a great amount of it, in that time block from 7 to 11 a.m. Otherwise, I'm not giving it the priority it deserves. I'm giving 50% energy to it, and therefore I'm going to get 50% results. You have to design your situation, your environment, your day to give your best energy to the thing that matters most. So make an uncomfortable investment. Spend that 5 figures if you need to. Yeah, you might go, oh, that's crazy, Matt. But I'm like, if you want a better situation, you need to consider this. I've spent many times I've spent 5 figures on different contracts and relationships and coaching and programs. And you know what? Some of them didn't work out. Some of them completely transformed my life for the better. And I would not be speaking to you right now if I hadn't put forward that money, because I wouldn't be serious. That's the point. And then lastly, after you make that uncomfortable investment, I want you to get used to this new muscle. As a new massive problem arises in your world, invest again. Once you start seeing the gains from making massive investments from a money, energy, and time standpoint, you'll build these new investment muscles. You'll realize that, oh my gosh, I can actually make this huge problem go away and I can upgrade my life. So once problem A is solved, you'll have the resources and the mindset to go solve problem B. It'll be addictive in a very healthy way where you'll keep getting these beautiful results in your life. I improved my relationship. Now I have to go improve my health. Now I can improve my career. And you see these massive needs. They shouldn't come up too often, but when you see big needs, big transformations that are required in your life, go after them with full abandon. Invest properly. Put serious skin in the game. Stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. If you want meaningful change in your life, go put skin in the game. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. All right, let's get after it.
Hey, Matt here. Thanks for listening to Uncage Yourself. For show notes and more content like this, head over to uncageyourself.fm. And if you liked what you heard, I'd appreciate you leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Until next time, be well, my friend.